So, has the great pumpkin been by? Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Horror Corner. I'm your host, Sean Patrick Erschen, and this week we are doing another movie review. Technically, it's not a movie, it's actually a television special. This is the legendary Peanuts classic, It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Written by Charles Schulz, the legendary, the late, great Charles Schulz, who originally did the comic strip in the newspapers. He drew it and wrote it and everything. Came up with all the characters, and then they moved on, of course, to television specials. They started with the Christmas special, which is another absolute classic that everybody loves and watches every year. And then, of course, they came out with the Halloween special. It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. So this came out in 1966. Holy. I mean, here we are in 2018, and everybody still watches this special every single year, whether it's on television, because they broadcast it on national television every year around Halloween time, or they watch it on their DVDs or Blu-rays or even the VHS. I know I watch it on my Blu-ray if I don't happen to catch it on TV. But yeah, everybody loves this special, and no doubt about it, it's fun for the entire family. It's funny, it tugs on the heartstrings. I mean, tell me you don't feel for Linus's character, because he believes in something, you know, and nobody else does. So Linus believes in this mythological figure, this spirit of Halloween, if you will, called the Great Pumpkin, who rises from the pumpkin patch. Of course, only if you have a very sincere pumpkin patch. Then he gives candy out to all the children. So nobody else believes him, all his best friends, especially his sister Lucy, who we all know can be kind of brutal sometimes, you know. Not even Charlie Brown believes it. His best friend, Charlie Brown, doesn't even believe him. And, yeah. So this special is more about Linus's character. Of course, Charlie Brown is in it, and he's heavily featured, and all the classic Peanuts characters are in it. Linus, Lucy, Sally, Charlie Brown, all of them. But the story is focused on Linus and his belief in this character. So he's set out to stay up all night in that pumpkin patch, and he's trying to get Sally into doing it too, you know, because she's the only one kind of that'll listen to him, and that's because she's completely in love with Linus, you know. Every time you see her, she's like, "Oh my God, my sweet Babu," and you see little hearts around her head. So she'll kind of listen to anything he says, because she's so in love with him. And he kind of gets her to sit in the pumpkin patch with her, you know, while everybody else has a blast and gets dressed in their Halloween costumes. And Lucy wears this costume that's like a witch costume with a green mask, you know. And I like when she's like, everyone should wear a costume that's in direct contrast to their own personality. And she's wearing the witch mask. And we all know how Lucy is, you know. And this special has such a great Halloween atmosphere, such a great feel of the Halloween season and of the autumn season too. You see the leaves flying in the air, and the animation is just fantastic. It's so colorful, and it's just brilliant. And it's also very funny. At the beginning, I love when Lucy tries to get Charlie Brown once again to kick that football. And Charlie Brown just like, "No, I'm not gonna do it. You just want to see me fall and lie flat on my back and kill myself." So she's like, "Well, I have a signed document." So he sees the document, and he's like, "Oh my God, it's a signed document. This must be real. I mean, you can't go wrong with a signed document." this year I'm really gonna kick that football. So he runs and runs and tries to kick it, and of course Lucy removes the football and he flies and lies flat on his back and kills himself. Not literally, of course. So that's this classic, you know. We've seen that many times in the comic strip as well, but they always find new ways to do it. And Lucy always tries to find new ways to fake him out and to trick him into doing it. And he lies flat on his back every time. There's another great scene when you see Linus, he's playing around. He sees a big pile of leaves, and he's got a lollipop in his hand, and he runs and jumps in the pile of leaves, and then the leaves are just covering him, sticking all over his lollipop. It's like, never jump into a pile of leaves with a wet sucker. Such a fun time. And of course you see Snoopy in his Halloween costume. He's like the World War I pilot, you know, taking on the Red Baron. So classic, and I love the music in that scene as well. And it's so fun when you see him shooting at the Red Baron, you know, so classic. Everything about this show is classic. It's funny, and like I said, it's fun for the kids. Have your kids sit and watch it with you. They can dance around to that classic score, that legendary music from the Vince Guaraldi trio. That do 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 do. I mean, who doesn't love that? I mean, come on. The score is just brilliant. It's amazing. And this special is brilliant and amazing. I absolutely love it. It's funny. Like I said, it tugs at the heartstrings. It's brilliantly animated. I love the characters. I just love Peanuts, period, you know. I love all the characters. I mean, I grew up with them, you know. I was a kid reading the comic strips, reading the comic books, and watching the old TV specials. Like the Christmas one, the Easter one, the Thanksgiving one, and of course the Halloween one. So guys, run and get it on DVD or Blu-ray or watch it on TV every year. Whatever you have to do, run and get the Peanuts classic, It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Created by the legendary Charles Schulz. And thank you for joining me, Sean Patrick Erschen, in the Horror Corner. Tune in and stay scared.